Hey, gun people, crazy cop story on DAs and district attorneys. So, this wind feels good out here, man. Hopefully that's blocking the wind. So, I forgot my damn story already. Oh, yeah, you got fired. So, there's this DA, and he, cops and DAs and fighter pilots and firemen and guys in high-risk situations like to take risk. They're kind of thrill seekers and they like to take risks. So there's an old theory that most cops cheat on their wives, DAs, lawyers cheat on their... Anybody in a power position screws around because they're always trying that ego, trying to satisfy that rush, that thrill of either catching or getting caught or whatever. So whether it's true or not, I mean, I think people are people. But anyway, so this DA, I think he gets a divorce or he's separated or something, and he starts dating this cranker. And a cranker is somebody that uses meth. Crank is methamphetamine. They call it that because they used to keep it in the crank of a motorcycle shaft. When the Hells Angels started making it, they would keep it in the crank shaft, and so when you wanted some, you'd ask for crank. So crankers are people who use crank methamphetamine. So they're always tweaking, and they're called tweakers, and they're pinging, and it's an upper and it's speed. So anyway, and so this DA, he works for the DA. He's prosecuting. He's prosecuted drugs. He's prosecuted parolee. I mean, probably shouldn't be dating a cranker, but he was. So he's dating this cranker. Well, when you do a search warrant, when you write out your warrant, you have to get your warrant read by the DA who's going to have to defend it. So when you do a warrant, you either call a DA or you bring it to him, and he has to initial this little spot that a DA has to initial it. Because when a judge reads it, because he's issuing the warrant on behalf of the government, prosecution team and all that, he's got to make sure the DA is online that he thinks that he can defend this warrant, and it's a good warrant, and he's read it. So it's another check in the system. So it prevents cops from just running out and doing warrants and taking them. Now, is that a requirement? I don't think it's a requirement. I think it's a policy, and most people do it, and most DAs require it. Can a judge issue a warrant without a DA? He can. Will he? You'd have to know the judge. I'm pretty sure as many warrants I got from some of the judges, I mean, I used to play racquetball with them, I was pretty tight with them. If I wanted a warrant without a DA signature, I could get it. But I'd probably be asked, why didn't a DA do it? Or, you know, if the DA wasn't around, I had to do a quick one, be like, man, I couldn't find anybody, the guy in charge, can't get him on the phone. Pretty simple warrant. You know, it's a piggyback warrant for another warrant, so no big deal. But, so, DAs have to review the warrants. Well, and normally they have the senior guys, the guys who have defended some warrants, who's got some knowledge, who's on call to review all warrants. So anybody's got to do a warrant, we'll take it to this guy today, and this guy. And if you need one at night, you'll call this DA, and this DA. So, this DA, who's dating a cranker, a buddy of mine, he's working on the drug team, takes him a warrant, and they're going to hit this house for drugs. They made a controlled buy, they sent an undercover bought, so they're going to hit the house. Well, the DA that signs it knows his girlfriend either hangs out, lives there, or is connected to that house. So, now nobody else knows this, but the DA knows it. So the DA signs off on a warrant. Well, guess what he does? Yo, baby, I love you. I know you love me. Hey, just so you know, don't be in the house tonight because they got a warrant and they're going to hit it. Okay, well, is that a crime? I think it probably falls into some... I don't know. It's definitely a fireable offense, but I'm not sure if it's a crime. He circumvented. He put officers in danger. If an officer got killed because of that tip, then it absolutely is a crime because he started a conspiracy. He did an overt act which started this conspiracy, and he would be charged. But if nothing happens, I'm not real sure if it's a, if you can't prove that it was egregious, how you would connect him. But he was technically, I guess, conspiring. A conspiracy is two or more people doing some overt act to commit a crime. So is avoiding a house that's going to be hit by a warrant a crime? It'd be iffy. But regardless, he shouldn't have done it. So, when my buddy Matt, when he tells the story, he gets so pissed. He got all right. I mean, I think it's kind of bad, but to me it's not the end of the world. But he was the one serving the warrant, so he was really pissed. So when he go to the house and everything, they find this DA's jacket in the house. And Evidently, they knew they were coming because when they walked in the door, the guys go, "Yeah, come on in, search the place. We knew you were coming." And they were like, "How'd you know we were coming?" And nobody said anything, and I'm not sure if they found out later before. Somehow they found out, but when they found the DA's jacket there, call that a clue, the lights went on and went, "Shit, he must have told her and she told them." So anyway, this DA ends up getting fired, and he sues the DA, and the DA actually lost. There was another case where I talk about the DA got punitive damages. This was the case where he got punitive damage, and it wasn't because he didn't fire him legally. He made the guy quit, and he said, "If you quit, I won't do A, B, C, and D. Pretty much screw you, blow you on your next job, try to disbar you, blah, 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 blah. If you quit and I don't have to fire you, you can do that." So the DA quit, got a new job, got reestablished, got that behind him, and then turned around and went, "Hey, you forced me to quit. I didn't want to quit." So he sued, and he won. Because the DA shouldn't have done that. The DA should have just went, "Look, you violated, here it is, I'm firing you for these reasons, you're fired." And the DA, I think, was trying to do probably a little bit of the right thing, but he was just making it easy on himself. If I get you to quit, I don't have to go through the process of you fighting, appealing, and all the other crap. I can just get you to quit and we can move on. But anyway, so that was one DA case. The other DA case was this DA goes on vacation. And while he's on vacation, he's a good guy. He's actually a judge now. He'll know what I'm talking about. He's my cowboy judge. He's got cowboy pictures in his office. We always talk horses. But anyway, so if he's watching my videos, he'll know. So he's on vacation. And one of the office staff, who's married, is sleeping with some parolee. So this guy's on parole. He has no business in a DA's office. He especially has no business in a prosecutor's office where there could be files, and he could be seeing statements, or he could be snagging files and hiding evidence or whatever. He shouldn't have been in there. But regardless, let's just say this girl brought him up to this DA's office. They had sex on his desk. So when they found out, and the girl didn't get fired, but anyway, they had sex on his desk. It came out later. It was a big scandal. And so this dude, who's a really good guy, he's got to come back. He's like, "Dude," he goes, "is somebody going to clean up my desk?" And I was laughing. I was like, "Dude, what's that smell?" I'd go to his office and go, "What's that smell in here? You been eating fish?" And he would get... he was a good guy. I thought it was kind of funny. He didn't find the humor in it because now every time he sits at his desk, he's got to think of these two on his desk. And I won't go into visuals, but it was a pretty sight, and that was another DA. What was my other DA crazy story? Oh yeah, the shotgun. So, this DA, the same DA that fired this guy and got sued, he's retiring. So as he's retiring and we're cleaning out his office, and you know, he's got a bunch of files, so it's the last cleanup and the due date's coming in. Anyway, he has a big closet in his office. And as they're taking all of his shit out, moving out, somebody goes, "Hey, what's this shotgun?" And everybody gets this look like, what the hell is a DA got a shotgun here? I mean, he can carry a gun, he has a gun. He used to come to the range, I'd give him training, give him ammo. I mean, he was shooting, so I'm like, he's got a pistol. I didn't know he had a shotgun. He's never shot with a shotgun. So after some discussion and everything, it turns out that this shotgun belonged to a case about 10 or 15 years ago, and they couldn't find a shotgun, and nobody knew where it was at. So, I never found out exactly what happened. I mean, I don't know if the case was dismissed, if they pled the case down because they lost the shotgun, if they blamed it on the cop for not doing evidence. Normally, when evidence is signed out, it's called a chain of custody. So anybody that touches that evidence has to sign something. So when I seize a piece of evidence, I seal it, put my initials on it, it's got tape. So then I turn it into the evidence room. So if anybody else opens that, they'll open it, not on my seal, on another corner of the bag, they'll pull it out, they'll reseal it, they'll initial it, and on the evidence tag it'll be who opened it, whose initials are there, and why was it open, and what were they doing. So if a DA, or if I get a case from the PD and I'm working on, me and the DA is working on a case and we have to go through the evidence, we'll get all the evidence and lay it out, and we'll look at it, expect to see if they miss anything, see if we can see anything, kind of paint a mental picture. Well, Evidently, somehow this shotgun got in the DA's private office in the back of his closet, and it was gone. So I'm almost positive the cops got blamed. Where's the shotgun? Why don't you have it? And here's what probably happened. Again, I don't know. The DA says, hey, where's shotgun? I'd like to see it. Bring it in my office. I'm going to present it to the jury. I'm going to show it to him or whatever. It got put in his office. He had somebody come over, so they put it in the back closet. He had kids come over. Somebody was in his office, so he wanted to put it in the back so it wouldn't get messed with. Forgot it was there. The case got continued, 6 months, a year later. And the cops, because he's the DA, didn't make him go through the signing. Hey, man, you got to sign. I'd have made him sign for it, but, maybe the cop didn't want to. But anyway, there would have been a chain of custody. And they would have said, hey, right here, you signed for it on this day, so if it's missing, it's on you. But if it was on him, he could just dismiss the case. He didn't care. DAs have, discretion to dismiss a case. So he'd have just went, I can't find a shotgun, I'm signing out, shit, I lost it, I guess I'll just dismiss the case. No harm, no foul, nobody cares. If a cop did that, he'd be going to jail, but anyway, I thought it was kind of funny when the shotgun shows up, I go, oh, that's from that case 10 years ago where we couldn't find that shotgun. Of course, the victim of that case probably didn't find it so funny, but I never followed up on the particulars. Nobody really cared. He was the DA, so it was pretty much brushed under the rug and moved on. All right, those are my DA crazy cop stories, some of them.